My fellow Biafrans, like we have always promised that the government of Biafra, both in exile and the homeland, the first priority is that we are fighting the liberation of Biafra using multidimensional approach. Today, I have come with a good news. I want everyone to remember that in Biafra, Africa died, and in Biafra, Africa will rise. Today, there are movements all over Africa to liberate Africa from neocolonialism. Biafra will not be exceptional. In 2011, Biafra became a charter member of the Organization of Emerging African States. And in December 2015, the Organization of the Emerging African States called on the Nigeria government to hold a referendum on Biafra self-determination within 90 days, including the option of the total independence as a Republic of Biafra, a transitional phase of not more than 180 days. My fellow Biafrans, it may surprise a lot of people to know that this actually happened. Nigeria ignored it. In 2016, the Organization for Emerging African States repeated the call for referendum as the sponsor of the All Biafran Conference of Accra, which took place in 2016. My fellow Biafrans, in October of 2020, the Organization of Emerging African States repeated its demand for referendum on Biafra self-determination to the government of Nigeria. All these calls were ruthlessly ignored by the Nigeria state. The Organization for Emerging African States, after deliberation, has endorsed the Biafra Republic Government in Exile self-referendum on Biafra for many, many reasons. And one of those reasons, or some of those reasons, are as follows. Nigeria refused to administer or permit a third party to conduct Biafra referendum. The organization also noted that the African Charter of Human and People's Rights guarantees the right to self-determination of everyone, including Biafra people. They also noted that Biafra has submitted a request to the African Commission on Human and People's Rights to assist with the referendum and peaceable transfer of power to the Republic of Biafra, if so indicated by its result. The Organization of Emerging African States noted that it's satisfied with the integrity of the referendum, which is being conducted digitally and at local polling station and is subject to multiple safeguards. The result of the self-referendum also was noted that it is going to be satisfiable and will meet international standard. This is the submission of the Organization of Emerging African States. Millions of Biafrans have already voted in the referendum, which is due to be concluded on November 29, 2024. The Organization of Emerging African States congratulates Biafra people and congratulates the Biafra Republic Government in Exile for its sagacity and initiative in undertaking the referendum on the future of Biafra. And on this note, they also declared the result of the Biafra self-referendum shall be considered binding under international law as a definitive statement of the intention and aspiration of the Biafra people. My fellow Biafra, as the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic Government in Exile and the de facto government of Biafra in homeland, it is very imperative that each and every progress we make, we will come to brief you. It is also very, very important that we keep all Biafra people, home and abroad, putting whatever we do on check and balance. That's why it's very important that we brief you today the milestone the Biafra Republic Government in Exile has made, making sure that our self-referendum, we are going to force it on those who have impoverished Biafra for decades. We are going to force it on those who have subjugated us to slavery, killing our people, our women and children, taking our land by force, and changing the demography of our region. My fellow Biafrans, I want to urge you to continue to show fearless resilience in the ongoing Biafra self-referendum. Continue to cast your vote, both locally at the polling unit and also, of course, online. We will continue to encourage you that this particular self-referendum being organized and supervised by Biafra government is a process that we feel and see as the only legitimate way that will serve the interests of Biafra. Everything we do is Biafra first. Biafra first before Nigeria. Biafra first before any other person. It is the interest of our people, making sure that we provide security to our women and children. That's why we have taken this particular bold step, which we are now beginning to see result as being recognized and endorsed by organizations. The journey of 1,000 miles, they say, start with a step.